Whoa. Why y'all so happy?
And you don't know? Sharvette Mitchell is on the radio.
It's time to get motivated, excited, and influenced. Why? It's the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, live from Richmond, Virginia. And now, here to motivate, excite, and influence you, Sharvette Mitchell.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, broadcasting live from the capital city of Richmond, Virginia, but heard and seen all across the World Wide Web. We are so glad to have you joining us here today for another phenomenal show. Listen, you know the goal of the show is to motivate, excite, and influence. And we're going to do that today. My guest is hanging out in the virtual studio, like for real, hanging out in the virtual studio. I'm going to be bringing her up to the mic. She's in the green room. We have Stacey Ferguson joining us. So listen, we are so excited to have all of you that are live. And some of you are saying, hey, I'm viewing you. Yes, your eyes are not deceiving you. So shout out to all those that are coming in from all across Facebook. Hey, Tara, thanks for joining us. All across Facebook, Periscope, give us some hearts. We see you as well. YouTube, thank you so much for being here. We are excited. And certainly those that are catching the podcast, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, TuneIn, all those great places. And of course, Sharvette.com. So today, this is what I want you to do. Like seriously, honestly, you want to share this out. So go ahead and take a few minutes to share this out. I see a lot of our listeners are coming on in. Hey, Christina from Richmond. Thank you so much for being here. Hello, lady Erica Lynn, coming in from Periscope. So thank you so much for being here. Listen, let me tell you a little bit about our guest today. Then I'm going to bring her right up to the mic and we're going to jump right on in. Stacey Ferguson is a multi-passionate C-suite level marketer and attorney who enjoys driving brand growth for entrepreneurs and corporations alike. She currently manages multi-channel brand marketing campaigns for Dun Bradstreet. But listen, I know a lot of you have heard about the Blogalicious media brand. She was the founder of this award-winning brand. We're going to get all the deets. Don't worry. And today you can find her also with her amazing boutique coaching and consulting firm, Justice Fergie Lifestyle Media. That's who we have joining us today. So listen, I ain't gonna talk your head off. I'm gonna go ahead and bring our guest on air with us. Hello, Stacey.
Hi, how are you? So good to see you.
Oh, it's so good to have you here. How are you doing in all of this that we've been dealing with?
I'm pretty good. I have to say I'm blessed. So most people don't even know I actually got sick with probably COVID.
What?
Yes, I know. You didn't even know that, right? I just dropped that on you. So probably like right at the end of March. And I was sick for a good 3 weeks and I had to take days off work and I had the fever, the chills, the coughing, the shortness of breath, all of it. Yeah. And I did a telemedicine call with my doctor and she said, look, I'm 99% sure you have this thing, but it's not worth it for you to drag yourself in, wait, potentially expose yourself or others to whatever's in the hospital right now. So there's no treatment plan for it anyway. So kind of just take the Tylenol. She prescribed me an inhaler for the shortness of breath, which really helped. And she's like, stay hydrated. And then she kept checking back in with me. So I'm fine now.
And you are a living witness.
The crazy thing was nobody else in my house had any symptoms. And I had 3 kids and a husband. It was the weirdest thing. So yeah, but all in all, I'm fine. The kids are complaining about distance learning and being in the house, but really, we don't have real complaints.
Yeah. Oh wow. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. So I have to tell you this because you don't know. You and I have met in person once.
Yeah.
But I have to tell you. So I started this show on Blog Talk Radio about 2000. The show is 12 years old, but Blog Talk Radio back probably 2009, 2010.
I haven't heard that in a minute. Yeah.
Listen, that's still one of our platforms.
You're an OG. I love it.
Yes, I'm an OG. But listen, so I heard about the Blogalicious conferences and events way back then. I want to say Pam Perry was part of it. You remember
Pam? Of course.
Yes. Yes, and she's still in these internet streets. So
she
shout out.
She really is.
And so I heard about Blogalicious, and I remember going to the website. I remember seeing pictures, and I remember just kind of looking in awe, like, I want to go to that one day. I should go to that one day. And I always was in awe because, everyone has a conference now. I'm going into my 5th year of conferences, but 10 years ago, 11 years ago, it wasn't the amount of conferences.
I know.
I found out probably 2 or 3 years ago that you were this pretty brown girl was behind this, the mastermind behind this. So I want to openly say thank you for representing us so well. And you created so much diversity. So I want to actually start there around how Blogalicious even came about. And then I probably will backtrack and then probably will go forward.
Oh yeah, no problem. So yes, thank you for that. That means the world. I really appreciate it. You know how it is. You feel like you're doing this work, and some days you have your moments, right? Does anyone care? Why am I doing it? Why am I bothering? And then someone says something like you just said, and you're like, oh, it is worth it. So thank you. And so you hit the nail on the head. 10 years ago, there was really probably 2 or 3 conferences for bloggers. I should say women bloggers. Yeah. So people don't even remember, like 10, 12 years ago, all the bloggers were white men. And that's who people were going to for influence. And of course, we knew about Blog Her. And that was the largest female bloggers conference. And it's awesome. It's still going. But at the time, I remember not seeing, like you said, any other pretty brown girls who were in this space. And it's like, they have to be somewhere because I'm doing it. Yeah. And the way that I started blogging was in 2006. Me and 2 friends from law school, we went to Howard Law, started a mom blog, just talking about raising our kids and what it's like being a professional woman and mom and wife, and just wanted to get more support and resources around blogging, but didn't feel comfortable at all of these kind of male and white dominated places. And so doing some research, we were like, gosh, there really is nothing out there for us. Let's start our own. And so that's how it started. And the first one was in 2009.
So that I was right in that timeline. Yep. And so, as you mentioned, law school. So then now I want to go. Well, actually, let me stay here for a second. So Blogalicious, like you carried 10 years. I mean, amazing conferences, sponsorships of the Yahoo. And has it evolved? And where is it now?
Oh my gosh, it evolved quickly and so much. Of course, when we started, we had no clue what the space was going to grow into. To where now everybody is so familiar with what a blog is. Back then, people were like, a what? And you have to say, it's a weblog. Blog. And they'd be like, oh. And, it was before Instagram, before Facebook was open to everyone. Yeah. We started right after Twitter launched. So it was like a completely different landscape. Yeah. And so we had to evolve with that. So the funny thing is, our name has the word blog in it, which was great because people knew immediately, okay, it's for bloggers. But then as things evolved, people who had a podcast were like, well, can I go there? Or people who were like, I'm a micro influencer and I only do Snap, right? Can I go there? And so we had to kind of make sure that we were letting everyone know that, yes, we're evolving with you. Whatever platform you're on, like this is the space for you to come and get new information, to share information, and really to build resources. So to your point, it started out 177 people that first year. And then our last year in 2017 was almost 500 people. And we kept it at that. We didn't want it bigger than 500 because we got over 500 one year and it didn't feel as intimate. And we wanted to make sure that people felt like it was still a safe space where they could be candid, talk about any struggles or concerns, and feel supported.
Wow. So there you have it. There you have it, listeners and viewers. The background deets about Blogalicious.
That's right.
Let me shout out a couple people. I asked our listeners if they were watching and where they're watching from. Wakanda. Wakanda forever.
Yeah.
Comedian. This is comedian Wendy Lee. Thank you so much, Tars, Pennsylvania, Virginia. We're so glad to see all of you that are coming on in. Coach Andrea, thank you so much for listening and viewing. And if you're just popping in, listen, we are chatted up here with Stacey Ferguson, amazing, dynamic young ladies. Thank you for all those that are sharing and all the hearts and all that good stuff that we see all across the World Wide Web. Thank you so much. Virginia, we see you as well. Okay, so you mentioned law school. So you are a attorney. Mm-hmm. So talk to us about what made you go in that direction. And then it seems like kind of your wheels turned and turned a little bit.
Yeah, I kind of did a zigzag.
Yeah.
So went to college for journalism and communications. And when I was there, I decided to specialize in television and radio production. And I was like, okay, I'm going to be a TV producer. That's what I want to do. And right before graduating, was doing research in the TV industry and realizing, oh my gosh, if I have to start out as an entry-level TV producer, I'll be making $0, right? And so I was like, that's not going to work for me. What can I kind of do instead?
Yeah.
And I had minored in criminal justice. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll try law school. And so that's how I ended up going to law school. And when I was there, I was really interested in the courses about media and entertainment and copyrights and intellectual property. And then I was like, okay, I could do entertainment law. And that will kind of merge my passions for TV and media with my legal degree.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. And so you are now in a space of definitely supporting corporations, supporting entrepreneurs. So I'd love to hear a little bit about your boutique consulting and coaching firm, and what does content marketing and community building mean right now?
Woo, okay, so I went from law school to a big law firm and I practiced entertainment law. From there, I went to the federal government and worked with the Federal Trade Commission in advertising practices. And that's when I started the blog. And then about 4 years after Blogalicious, I decided to take the leap and do that full time. So that was kind of that zigzag. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, while running Blogalicious, I was learning firsthand all about social media, all about content marketing, what's the difference between marketing and PR, what brands were looking for, how to create really compelling content. And it just became, and how to host events, right? And how to get partnerships and all those things. And I'll tell you, Sharvette, there was one point where like every day of the week, I was going to coffee or lunch with somebody who had questions. And I'm like, of course I want to tell them what I know, because I learned it by doing. So if I can save you time and energy, right, I'm gonna share it with you. Yeah. And my husband was like, look, you just can't go to lunch every single day. Like
we got to put some boundaries here.
You have to have a boundary meter. Exactly. And so I was like, well, I can't, what am I gonna do? Like charge for this? And he was like, yeah. And so I said, okay, oh my gosh. And so I tested it by doing a mentorship program. So I took like two really amazing young women. Actually, you might know Maddie James.
Yes.
She was one of my mentees.
Doing big things now.
Yeah, exactly.
Big things. Yeah.
Mentor. And then Nikki of Nikki in the City. And so with them, we kind of had weekly check-ins, and I learned what they needed and what's the best way to give them that information. And they really helped me kind of build confidence in myself as a potential coach. And then after that, I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. And so I came up with my little coaching packages. And it was really organic because people already knew me, and they kind of knew that I knew what I was talking about because I had been seeing it, right? And so that's how the coaching practice started, probably in 2016. And then from there, I started kind of trying to elevate my game so that I could make sure my community's game was elevated too. So when I was talking earlier about making sure that Blogalicious evolved with the times. It was actually in 2016 when we had the conference in Baltimore, and the theme of that conference was build your own empire. That was me really seeing how hard it was to get sponsorships as for influencers of color specifically, right? Mm-hmm. And seeing how budgets back then already were starting to shrink because the novelty of influencer marketing was kind of wearing off. And so I was like, I don't want my community to be putting all of their eggs in the sponsorship basket and just waiting for a sponsor to pick you. Like, you can create your own brand like Sharvette did, right? And so that's what I wanted to do. So while I was kind of going to marketing events and taking speaker coaching, and learning how to create compelling coaching programs, I was wanting to teach that to the Blogalicious community also. That was kind of the way of like, each of you guys as influencers, you really are your own brands. You have multiple channels. You're creating your own content, and yes, sponsorships and influencer partnerships can be a part of your business, but it doesn't have to be the only thing.
Ooh, that's a good note to end on for our commercial break. Thank you, Stacey. So I'm going to let you rest in the virtual. Okay. We're going to do that. We do have a commercial break. Let me greet a few people. Hey, Cookie coming in from New York. Hello, Jeanette. Hello, Dorita. Thank you so much for being here. Hello, Effie. Thank you for all of those that are coming on in. Thank you, Tara, saying great information for us. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. Then when we come back, I want you to hear about how she got car sponsors, like actual physical car on the premises. But then also Stacey has a ton to share around just continuing to build community and all of that. So we are going to go to a commercial break, and we're going to be right back after this.
Strategically Inspired Solutions is your source for personal and professional development services. Our dedicated team of transformational coaches, speakers, and consultants know how to drive innovation and deliver high-impact results. In our one-on-one or group coaching programs, you will discover and design the authentic life you have always desired. Strategically Inspired Solutions also offers comprehensive consulting services to small, mid-size, and large firms. We invite you to join our family of clients and partners by visiting our website at www.sismotivation.com. We look forward to working with you in creating a newfound purpose, vision, and energy for yourself, your company, and within your communities.
All right. Shout out to our sponsor, Sis Motivation. Connect with them on Facebook. So listen, we're jumping right back in. Valerie, thank you so much for your comment, listening and watching, saying this is great. Awesome. Thank you, Sonia Key from Fredericksburg, Virginia, for listening in as well, saying hello. We say hello back to you. And so if you're just popping in, if you're just tuning in, we're talking to Stacey Ferguson. She is a multi-passionate C-suite level marketer and attorney who enjoys driving brand growth for entrepreneurs and corporations alike. And I'm telling you what, she is all about building your own content platforms. And I'm telling you, we're going to get some more tips. So let me bring her back up into the virtual studio. All right, we're back, Stacey. So let's continue the conversation. So I got to hear the deets around literally, gosh, we almost need a whole nother interview. So I'm because I could go in the direction of events and all of that, but I do want to.
Yeah, it's a whole other topic, right?
Whole other show, right? I do want to hear about how you had car deal or car manufacturers that were sponsors. So can you, I know you had a couple years with that. Can you just share how that came about?
Sure. Gosh, we had a couple. Let's see if you can see up there.
Oh.
I have all of my aunt was so awesome, and she did all of my Blogalicious programs like in frames. So you probably can't see it, but one of them was Toyota. They were our title sponsor many, many years. And then, are you still there, Sharvette? I can't see you anymore.
Yeah, I was just letting you take the full stage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's okay. So we were able to have Toyota, General Motors, and so Buick one year. And then Kia was another really big one. And so the way that were able to connect with those brands is because our community of multicultural women were the target demographic that those car brands wanted to reach. And I know it sounds pretty simple, but that's the honest truth. And so I did a lot of years of going to different events and networking and getting my name out there and making sure I had a really tight sponsorship deck that included all of our stats, like what our reach was, what were some of the demographics and psychographics of our community, and making sure that that deck got into the hands of different PR agencies. And those really became our advocates with these brands. And so we were able to connect with Precise Communications, shout out to Alexis, and she brought us Toyota that first year, which was fantastic. And we were able to work with them to figure out, okay, what is it that you would like to showcase at the event, and kind of work with them to make sure that it was amazing. I think that year was in San Antonio. We're able to have ride-in drives where the influencers got to test the cars and take them around. And Kia did that for us multiple years, including picking us up and taking us from the airport and taking us back. And it was just a really great experience. The thing to know about working with automobile brands is they are going to want your people to touch and feel and test the cars. So if that's something that you're interested in, make sure you have a way for people to do that. Meaning I had to make sure every year, whatever venue I was going to have the conference at, I could get a car into the ballroom. And
like you could drive, like the car had to be in the ballroom.
Go into the ballroom, yes, and that's not always doable at hotels. So I think, our first year we were at a boutique hotel. We were at the W, and so we didn't have a car brand that year. Good thing, because we couldn't fit a car into a little W, right? You could barely fit yourself into a W, and so. As the conference grew, we were able to get more savvy and make sure, like, can we fit a car in? Where is the entrance? And then who has to get insurance for the ride-in drives? And then who is hiring the team to facilitate the drive and make sure the cars are maintained? And oh gosh, are you having the conference in Miami the year of all the hurricanes?
Oh my goodness.
The car is going to be stored, and where can we put the cars overnight so that they're safe? And is it in a shady looking parking garage, or are they nice and beautiful out front? Like all of those things, right? That you're not even thinking about. So it's the coolest thing to work with a car brand because everybody loves looking at shiny, beautiful cars. But on the event side of it, it comes with a whole lot of implications. So they were all a dream to work with.
Oh, wow. Thank you for giving us that inside kind of scoop.
Yeah.
And welcome to all those that are coming on in. You're checking out the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. We're broadcasting live from the capital city of Richmond, Virginia, but heard all across the World Wide Web. Hello to all those that are coming in from Periscope, YouTube, Facebook, all of you guys, and certainly our podcast listeners, iTunes, Sharvette.com, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, all those good places.
You really are everywhere.
Listen, we're about to take over the world. Stacey.
I love it.
And which leads perfectly into really what you really help people about with content. And so I'd love for you to share maybe 3 things, 3 tips, and we have a lot of entrepreneurs that are listening, that are coming on in. Listen, I just gotta, shout out a couple people that are just saying some great things. Thank you, Dominique. She was like, this is amazing information. Thank you, Tara, loving the information. Thank you so much, Charlotte, saying awesome. These are all of our live listeners and viewers. And so I'm going to have you you take over the stage and just share 3 tips of what you would say to entrepreneurs, and I won't even say nonprofit and business and ministry leaders around what content and what that means right now. So take it away.
Yeah, no, really good topic, really important topic. And I've been seeing people think about this, which makes me excited because people aren't necessarily always thoughtful about their content, right? We're in a time where you can quickly snap a picture and post it wherever. You can send out a tweet and not think about it again. But I think this pandemic is really causing people to stop and think, like, how can I be valuable to my community? And every single one of you has a community. So that's my first thing, is to really dig into your community. Whether it's 12 people or 1,200 people or however many you have, those are your folks. So check in with them, find out, what do they need from you right now? How can you help them? It's as simple as asking, throwing up a poll. If you feel like they are shy and don't want to comment publicly, send a text out to a few people. What can I give? What can I share? What can I create that will really help you through this time? So my first tip is always to be connected with your community and to really crowdsource their opinions and their information, because they're the ones that you're going to be serving. The second thing, you're back. The second thing that I would say in this time is making sure that you are finding whatever angle you can to make your content relevant. So I saw today a couple of posts saying, I think it was on Instagram, people saying that they were afraid or ashamed to post good news because it's such a serious time. Some people are losing family members, losing friends, right? Like, do I really want to say, hey guys, look what happened to me, I'm so great? And the answer to that is yes, you want to share that, because your joy can be helping people through these hard times. You can be inspiring them and motivating them by sharing your stories. And so the key to that is finding an angle that makes it feel authentic and personable, and also always coming from a place of service. Like, I'm sharing this information not just to brag, but because I know it will help you. And hey, this great thing happened to me, and here are 3 things that I think I did that helped me get here that might be able to help you too, right?
Wonderful.
Always making sure that you're giving people information so that they can take that and apply it to their own situations. But no matter what it is, because like I've been saying this to everybody, right? This coronavirus thing is exposing all of America's dirty laundry.
Yep.
You know, how we're not taking care of teachers or our healthcare workers, our law enforcement, right? Like all the food insecurity, homelessness. I mean, the list goes on, right? People in nursing homes. I mean, just all of the vulnerable populations that we weren't necessarily paying that much attention to. It's all coming to the forefront. So I bet if you thought about it, you could figure out a way for your brand to be shining light on and tackling any one of those issues, not on a super heavy or even political level, but like maybe somebody in your community lost their job because of this. Are you really great at podcasting to where you could tell them how they could start their own and it could be a source of income for them? You know? Are you really great at baking and you can teach someone how to start their own cake delivery business? Whatever it is, you have a gift that could be helping someone else in this time. So that's my second tip. How can you be relevant and valuable right now? And then last but not least, just don't give up. Like, stay in people's faces, which this is a do as I say, not as I do tip, because like I'm like the worst with it right now. But just remind people that you're there, that you're cheering for them, that you're there to help them, and that you are experiencing ups and downs too. So, you know, if you're comfortable, like, keep it real. Tell people, gosh, I had a really crappy day today. I wish I could get out of the house. You know, here's what I'm doing to keep myself busy. And make sure that you're staying consistent, because what we can do very easily is just kind of slip away into the quarantine mode. Right. You're just
Netflix and baking cookies.
Netflix, watching all the things, baking all the bread, eating all the carbs, and then you're like, oh, later for that, right? But just remember that what your platform is a gift, and so you want to keep pouring into it, even if it's on like a tiny basis. Just keep it going, because you'll appreciate the fact that you did later when the clouds lift.
Wonderful. Well said. Well said. Stacey, how can our viewers and listeners connect with you?
They can connect with me everywhere on the internet at Justice Fergie. So justicefergie.com or at Justice Fergie on any platform. And then also blogalicious.com and at BeBlogalicious on any platform. And I love to hear from people, so don't be shy.
Don't be shy. And if someone's saying, I want to work with her, like, what are there opportunities that you have available to work with people?
There are. I'm being extremely selective these days just because I'm juggling so much. But yes, if you think that I'm a good fit for you, and if the information that I have is something that could be helpful to you, please reach out to me. If you go to justicefergie.com, there's a tab that says work with me, and you'll be able to see the different options, and we can do something on brand strategy, or sponsorship specifically, or event production, content marketing. All of those things are things that I love, and that I have like a library of resources on, and I would love to share them with you.
All right. Thank you so much. Last question for you, and we're going to let you go. Okay. The goal of my show is to motivate, excite, and influence. And we want to know what continues to motivate Stacey.
Oh, what motivates me? Honestly, this is going to sound like I planned this. People like you, Sharvette, the fact that you are like holding it down, not stopping, giving it your all, and doing it with a big heart and a smile, and wanting to serve. That's what keeps me going. So keep it up. Thank you. And thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you to your family for letting us steal a few minutes with you.
At every time.
Amazing. Thank you for everyone that has been checking out this segment. Again, make sure you head over to Sharvette.com, our main website, Sharvette.com, and you can read Stacey's full bio. Is all there. The connection points are there. And I will certainly make sure she's tagged. I've tagged her on Facebook, so I know you follow me, Facebook.com/Sharvette. And I know that you're hanging out on Instagram, Sharvette M, and YouTube, and all those places. And so thank you for all of those that are here. Listen, let me just, before we wrap, those that are here with me live, I just got to shout out some people. Thank you so much. Coach Andrea said this was great information. Thank you. Jeanette Hill, thank you so much, Jeanette, for being here and seeing such great value in all of these great tips. And I thank you so much, Valerie. She is so right. Oh, Sharvette rocks. Thank you so much, Valerie. And Dominique, thank you so much. And all of the rest of my sister who is listening. Hey, Kim, listening from Periscope, and all of those great places. Thank you so much. So it is a wrap for the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Connect with us on Sharvette.com. Again, you can find out and read Stacey Ferguson's full bio, hang out there. Also, if you're interested in being a sponsor, you can find sponsorship information out there. Just click on the sponsor tab at Sharvette.com. That is where you want to check everything out. Again, I'm Sharvette Mitchell. I work with female entrepreneurs and a few lucky men to help them build their online platforms so that they generate more revenue with an amazing online brand. And I do that in a couple of ways, with consulting, one-on-one and group coaching, with web design services and visual branding experiences, and the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. So it's been a blast. We're going to see you guys later. Bye.
Live from Richmond, Virginia, you've been listening to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Catch Sharvette Mitchell every Tuesday at 6 p.m., interviewing all the stars you want to hear from. So until next week, stay motivated, excited, and influenced. This is the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show.